welcome back to my channel. It's Kai here. In today's video, I am super excited because I've put together the ultimate gift guide for people in your life who love anime, Japan, gaming, and everything nerdy. And there's a lot of different things in here, from people who love to cook to people who love fashion, so I'm super excited. Before we dive into the actual list, I did want to say I am hosting a sort of toy drive, if you will. I have an Amazon wish list linked down below with toys that I will be donating to a boys and girls home. So if any of you want to buy any of those toys, please do. But regardless, we have a lot to cover, so let's jump into the video. I feel like I couldn't start this video off if I didn't start with stocking stuffers. I also think this would be a good idea to just actually give somebody a gift of a stocking, if it's not somebody within your household and you do that. My family's a little bit weird. We do like a 70% toiletries, 20% candy, and 10% like actual little trinkety type items. But in this video, I'm gonna just pretty much just do a bunch of different options for you guys. So first and foremost, I think one of the coolest stocking stuffers are just blind boxes, blind bags. I am a gacha addict, and I feel like so many different people who love anime are, and it's a really fun collectible that you can keep. I will say I don't like all blind boxes or blind bags. They're not all created equal. Some of my favorites are ones that have kind of like a multi-purpose display function. These ones are a little bit bigger, so you might have to get a little bit of a bigger stocking, but I love the One Piece Sweet Lights, as you guys know, and I also love these like little chopper ones. I'll put a picture of the box. You guys have seen me unbox these on this channel before, but I think these are both two really good blind boxes for people who want more of like a display for a cute little desk setup or anything like that. Anything basically from Pop Mart, you can't go wrong. That also means things like the One Piece Labubus. These are super popular right now. They've also come out with the One Piece ships, which are really popular. So you have tons of options. Now those can get a little bit more expensive. Honestly, that's why I think if you did like a stocking of like blind boxes, it would be a really good gift idea. If you wanted something a little bit more affordable, maybe it's gonna be for your kid or someone in your life. And so you're gonna be doing other gifts as well. I think blind bag keychains are also a really good option. They sell these at pretty much any store like Walmart, Target, Amazon, and they have tons of different shows from One Piece, Black Clover, Sailor Moon, tons of different options. Next up, I feel like are pretty rarely talked about, but I actually really like them, and it is acrylic stands. I think these make really good display options, especially for me. I like putting them on top of my figure cases as well as on my shelf. I feel like they fill up the space really well, and there's a bunch of different options, and they're normally pretty thin, so you can kind of just slide them in and they don't take up more room. This one is a little bit more detailed. My friend got me this one in Japan. He also got me this one, but there are tons of different options, tons of different characters, and I feel like it's really underrated, and a lot of people don't know they'll like acrylic stands until they get them. Okay, next up we have trading cards. I feel like tons of people who love anime are into Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and even just like their own card games. I know from what I know, maybe it's just my community, but the One Piece card game is the most popular of the anime card games. So I feel like you can't go wrong with like Magic the Gathering. This is my commander deck, but they have tons of little booster packs that you can get at Walmart and Target and on Amazon, as well as just like booster packs for One Piece. These are just some cards I've gotten. I don't have any unopened bags, unfortunately, but it's a super fun. I feel like it doubles up as like a functional thing, but also like a surprise unboxing thing as well. And also along with that, a few other things that I think would be great. I think keychains. This is a crochet one that I think is really unique and fun. I got from a convention. And this is one from a small artist as well. Enamel pins and can badges are also super great options. And last but not least, as I said, my family does do like 20% candy, so I thought it would be really fun to include some Japanese snacks in your stocking. So these are Pretz, and these are just some like really fun One Piece gummies. So if you can get to stores like Murakami Market or any sort of Japanese market, that would be fantastic to find tons of different options, especially ones that are anime themed. But if not, they sell a lot of actual like popular Japanese snacks like Hello Panda, Poke Sticks, and a bunch more just kind of at your store in the international section. So definitely check those out. Next up, we have the fashion category. Now, I feel like if you don't know anything about anime and you're watching this video, you might be tempted to get those like really cheesy anime shirts, like Eat, Sleep, Anime, Repeat, or All I Do Is Watch Anime. But I'm sure the person in your life, or maybe you're doing this, watching this gift guide so you can add stuff to your list, would love some really cool anime merch. So here are some of my favorite brands and ideas for you guys. First and foremost, I think it's a really fun to do baseball style tees. So I have this particular Akatsuki t-shirt that I really like. I also have a hidden leaf. This is from Box Lunch. I think Box Lunch has tons of different baseball tees. So if you're looking for anybody who wants some more in fashion anime merch, then this is definitely a must. I recommend Box Lunch for sure. Hot Topic has actually gotten pretty good. I also really like this brand that I have worked with. They have sent me their clothes for free, but I'm by no means obligated to talk about them or show their merch, but I really like the designs of it. It's a very vintage style t-shirt. And so this is one of their t-shirts. This is their Chozo t-shirt. This is Anime Simplicity. Their shop's not open all the time, but I definitely feel like this is a good starting point for styles. Also for t-shirts, we have Uniqlo. If you ever have one in your store, they're known for kind of their more simple designs. So this is my Haikyuu one. This is the only Uniqlo shirt that I own, but it has them as the crows on the back. Next up is Etsy. Some of the shirts that I actually get the most compliments on are from Etsy, and typically when I'm searching for clothes there, I'm typically searching like the anime name and then like vintage or washed design. So two of my favorites are this One Piece one where it is all of Luffy's gears minus Gear 5. As well as this Attack on Titan one. Unfortunately, they don't sell this one anymore, but I really love this design. Another Etsy one I get tons of compliments on, moving into like the less t-shirty, more like heavier set clothes, is this. Also happens to be Attack on Titan design of Levi and the Beast Titan. So I just feel like you can find tons of really cool merch and stuff like that on Etsy just searching. I think the designs are a lot more intriguing, engaging, and fashionable, so I definitely recommend that. Now, if you are shopping for yourself or shopping for someone else and you want something a little bit more subtle, things that you could wear to work and maybe no one would know unless they knew, you know what I mean? I really recommend Steady Hands. I have two of their cardigans, this one and the Draken cardigan, but I really love this. This is the MSBY Haikyuu cardigan. They're really thick, high quality. Steady Hands is a brand that I feel like everyone in the anime community knows. So it has tons of great reviews. The next two are a little bit pricier, I will say, but they're very high quality. The first one is Spark Trends. I absolutely love this jacket. This is probably my most worn piece of anime clothing. Granted, it's probably my most expensive, so I try to get my wares. But Spark Trends has a really great racing style jackets as well as other clothes that I feel like are so high fashion with the weeb touch. I mean, I absolutely love them. The details in them are always so high quality, and I absolutely always get compliments when I wear this and I'm out. Next up is another brand. The brand name is a little bit weird, but it's Low Key Lewd. They have these really cool patch design hoodies that I absolutely love. I have 3 or 4 of these. They're super comfy, super thick. I love all the different faces that they always add to them. And I just feel like it's a super comfy design hoodie for you to wear if you love anime. I don't have a ton of accessories in terms of like jewelry and things like that that I could recommend that I personally have, but I will say one of my mutuals on TikTok who has a huge anime jewelry brand is Koemi Studio, so I definitely recommend checking them out if you have somebody who's like a little bit girlier and things like that. Some other accessories that I can recommend are hats. This one is from Etsy. It is Zoro's 3 Swords. And I also personally love bucket hats in the summer, so I have tons of anime ones, like this Akatsuki one, this One Piece Devil Fruit one that my friend got me from Universal Studios, and then also this Law one that's a little bit more subtle, and I typically get these either from TikTok or from Amazon and things like that. And that's it for the fashion section. This next category is actually all of the same things, but I feel like it requires a lot of in-depth for people who don't know about it, and that is figures. Tons of anime fans, tons of gaming fans, tons of nerds collect anime figures, or just figures, and I have tons of them. But they all range in prices, they range in style, they range in brands, you don't know where to get them from, and it's actually really freaking confusing. So I thought it would be really helpful to put it all in one category. So first and foremost, I felt like it would be most helpful if we kind of started from like the cheaper end of figures to the more expensive, and then I'll get into where you can kind of buy them. I feel like Funko Pops are the cheaper figures that people kind of know. Everyone collects Funkos. Whether you collect figures or not, I feel like we either all started collecting Funko Pops or just collect them in general. And yes, I'm one of the people that takes them out of my boxes because they take up a lot of space in the boxes, and why not? Funko Pops have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of different shows, games. I mean, they even have food. I mean, the catalog is insane, so you can't go wrong with Funko Pops of their favorite characters, their favorite shows, and they typically range from anywhere from $10 to $50, though the normal range is about $20. And they also make some with like some really cool effects these days, so you can't really go wrong with those. Except if they're not really into Funko Pops, but more into actual anime figures. Some good brands are the Bandai Namco. These typically range within the $25 to $35 range. This one is of Demon Slayer, but they have tons and tons of different ones. They have tons of One Piece ones. I mean, even me, who has some expensive figures, I even like having these in my collection just to kind of round them out, fill out some space, and I think they're really great starter figures. Another great brand is Vibration Stars. They have a lot of great Naruto figures. I absolutely love this brand. I think this is a really, really good brand. This also happens to be Bandai Namco, but this specific line of them is Vibration Stars, and they have tons of different shows for that. For the mid-range category, one thing that has become pretty popular recently, which are similar to Funko Pops, but a little bit cuter and better in my opinion, are these lookup figures. These go for about $45 to $50 if I remember correctly. I only have the Zoro one, but they have tons of different shows, not as many as our other figures, but they have like JJK, Haikyuu, Naruto, and things like that. I absolutely love them. I think they're super duper cute in my opinion. Next up, you have Nindroids. I think Nindroids range anywhere from the mid-range category to the high-end category depending. I personally only collect Haikyuu Nindroids because they are the worst thing ever to put together. There's so many little moving parts, but what's great about Nindroids that tons of people love is they're super customizable, from their poses to what they hold to their facial expressions. So if they have a favorite character and they love Nindroids, or you just think that they would love customizing their figure a little bit more, then I highly recommend getting a Nindroid. And then for the more expensive kind of part of the category, some of my favorite brands that are in the little bit more expensive category. Now these are figures that range from $75 to over $100. My favorites are Figure Art Zero. They have tons of really cool effects. Kotobukiya I also love. They also have really cool effects in their figures, and I'll insert some pictures of or footage of my figures so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. As well as Pop. Okay, Portrait of Pirates is a figure brand that is outrageously expensive. A lot of them go for $300 to $500. One of my favorites ones was actually just gifted to me on a live stream, and it is this Corazon and Law one. They're super detailed figures. So the more money you spend, the higher quality the figure is going to be. They're typically going to have more detail, but you don't need to spend that much money by any means. Resin statues are also really big right now. I will insert the name of the brand that I've gotten a few from, though they're really delicate and hard to put together, if I'm going to be honest. So now that you kind of know some brands, some ideas, visually you can see some great places to buy figures, because I have tons of people always asking me these questions. I personally get 70% of the figures that I buy myself from Ami Ami. Ami Ami is a store straight from Japan, which is great for pre-ordering, so it's maybe not great for the holidays because you do get a heavy discount when you pre-order figures, but it might not always be here in time. They also have a previously owned section, which might be good for this time of year and for something a little bit cheaper. If you're looking for something more domestic, maybe you can't rely on the shipping speeds or the taxes right now. Now, I don't know if you want to support this brand. I am having a hard time supporting them. But Crunchyroll also has tons of figures that can get shipped out. Amazon has tons of figures these days, but do look out for scams and fake figures. If the pictures seem a little bit off, if the name seems off, if the coloring seems off, if anything seems off, I always recommend reading as many reviews as possible if you're going to buy a figure from Amazon. eBay is also a great alternative. I've gotten some great figures from eBay, as well as Yahoo Japan. Lastly, if you're going to be in store, even places like Ross has figures. They have a lot of Bandai Namco Bon Presto figures in store these days, as well as Target. Target has tons of Bon Presto and Funko Pops especially. Walmart has tons of them as well. So if you're looking for more of the more affordable figures, you can definitely find them at normal stores here. If you're in Los Angeles and you have the option of going to Little Tokyo, I featured a tons of my favorite stores in my Little Tokyo Ultimate Guide video that I'll link up here as well as in the description box. But you can get them from places like Sakura Toys, Kunikonoya, Anime Station, and everything in between. So that's the figure section. If you feel like I missed anything or have more questions though, please let me know down below. Next up, we have the miscellaneous category. This is for collectors, the cooks, things like that. So I have kind of a lot. Let's get into it. First and foremost, I feel like, especially the girls, we love plushies. So I definitely recommend anime plushies. I have tons of these that I've gotten from places like Frankenstein's, Amazon, conventions. So they have tons of these. Plushies don't have to be big either. I love these little tiny ones. I have a Zenitsu one and a few Haikyuu ones. I also have some up there as well. These I normally have to get from anime specific stores or conventions, but these are also great alternatives if you don't want something super big. Next up, for the cook in your life, or maybe just somebody who loves eating, I think anime dishware. Anime dishware has gotten really cute lately. So if you know somebody who loves tea, I absolutely love this. I got this from the Academy Museum in Los Angeles, but they actually have these exact ones on Amazon, and they're these super cute Studio Ghibli tea mugs. They have so many of these. I think there's 4 or 5 different options, but I absolutely love these. I love the design. It's so simple, and if you pair it with something like some traditional Japanese tea or matcha, I think it'd be really cute to do like a little gift basket with these. Next up, I think really fun ones are ramen bowls. I got this one actually from a coworker, and I absolutely love it. I'm not sure where she got it from, but it's this one-piece ramen bowl, and I love the size of it. It's such a good, huge size. And I love this at the bottom. It's super good for curry as well. I also love these ones. These were gifted to me from Will, and I had my eyes on them for a while. They also have a mug version of these, which I will put on the screen here, which I think would be really cute with some tea or some coffee. But it is these one-piece hats as ramen bowls. So it's the ASL trio here, and they stack like this. And if you can do something like this with some chopsticks, some ramen, I feel like that's a super good gift basket. Speaking of gift baskets, if you wanted to fill it out with some more, I personally love anime and I love cooking, I love games, so I love cookbooks. Some of my favorites are the World of Warcraft cookbook. This is perfect for Thanksgiving time, Friendsgiving, anything like that. If you're hosting like a D&D party, I feel like it's super easy to follow, and they have different degrees, and I feel like they match the game really, really well. Continue on the gaming, I also love the Stardew Valley cookbook. These are all vegetarian recipes, so I don't make these as often, but it's super cute. I love the artwork in it, and I just love the recipes. They're all recipes in game, obviously. Next up, for the anime lovers, maybe not necessarily the game lovers, I feature this cookbook a lot. It's the One Piece cookbook. I've cooked 4 or 5 recipes from here now, and I absolutely love it. I love all the manga kind of art in here. I really like this cookbook. It's probably the most popular anime cookbook I've personally seen. But if you have somebody who you're like, you know, I know that they like cooking, I know they like anime, but I don't know what anime. Cookbooks like these, cook anime cookbooks, they have tons of these. I feel like are a great idea. They're kind of just like really common recipes like curry, mochi, takoyaki, and they do tell you what anime they've picked them from, though they're featured in tons of different ones. So I feel like something like this is really a really good option. Next up for the collectors are art prints. I personally have all of my favorite art prints on my wall. I will put some of my favorites on the screen as well as my favorite brands. Some of my favorites just off the top of my head are Mako House, ZZY art. I get the most questions on that one. EMW. I feel like this next one's a given, but manga, honestly, if they have their favorite series they like watching or collecting, or you've heard them kind of talk about, if they wanted to start reading a series, I definitely recommend it. Manga can get pretty expensive, so I don't buy it that often. I read it more virtually, just because it's a little easier, but some of my favorites I like collecting are One Piece, Haikyuu, Solo Leveling, Wotakoi. A little less on the nose, but I absolutely love art books. I have a few of them. This is one of my favorites. I had to use a VPN to purchase this, so I could pretend I was in Japan, but they do have this on Amazon here now, and it is the Haikyuu art book. I absolutely love them. It has just some great images from the mangaka, images in the manga, images otherwise. I absolutely love, 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 love this art book. I have other ones like Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, JJK, and they're not all this big either, so, but I personally adore this, and I think it's really fun for anybody who loves just sort of the art of anime. I know it might seem a little outdated, but I like them for display purposes, and I know a lot of my community also likes physical media, but physical media, I've gotten these straight from Japan. CD Japan is where I typically buy all my physical media like DVDs, and they normally come with a lot. They're a little bit more expensive, but this one came with tons of can badges, acrylic stands, art prints, and things like that, and this is the Mugen Train. I mean, the cover is absolutely insane. I have this on display always, as well as this JJK one came with can badges, acrylic stands, art prints, and so much more, and I also love this one as well. So you can't go wrong, but even if you just wanted to buy standard DVDs, a lot of anime is changing these days. There's tons of licensing problems, so it's always good to have it of your favorite show or anime movie in a physical form. Lastly, for the miscellaneous category, I feel like are things that could be used for gaming setups or just for display. First and foremost, if you have somebody who loves figure collecting or just collecting, like with the physical media, I love these like little acrylic magazine holders as well as acrylic standees. I don't have any extra ones, but I use them to kind of organize all my figures, which I will insert clips of, and you can get these on Amazon in stores like Daiso and things like that. Speaking of setups and lights, I also really love the Govee lights. I use those for the back of my gaming setup, and I think that it's a super, super great light, and it really makes a difference in any setup. I'm not going to go too much into tech, just because I'm not super qualified and I typically ask other people, but I will say I love my Govee lights. Last but not least, for the miscellaneous categories are Legos. I absolutely love Lego flowers. I have a few of these around my room, and I think they look so cute, but I just think Legos in general, they have Legos for anime these days. The One Piece Legos are really cool, Harry Potter, they have so many ones for nerdies.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
For nerdy people out there that I feel like Legos and otaku culture is just like this. So I definitely recommend some sort of Lego set because you get to have a practical use for it and then have it for display. Last but not least, if all of this is maybe a little bit too complicated or something you're afraid of just messing up, I think you can't go wrong with subscription boxes and gift cards. For gift cards, I definitely recommend for places like Barnes & Noble, as they have tons of manga these days. Webtoons for people who love reading manhwa. And if they have any for Viz, definitely those as well for people who like reading manga. And other places to get some gift cards, Crunchyroll, if again those people support Crunchyroll. I know there's a lot of hot topic right now with that, as well as Steam for the gamers in your life, or the PlayStation Store, or whatever it is that they kind of use for the console. I personally am a Steam girl. So those are tons of great gift card options. And for subscription boxes, I am sponsored by this company, but I am by no means obligated to do any sort of full-length video integration. I just really like them, and I think they're a cool gift option. Two subscription boxes that I absolutely recommend are Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co, as well as Japan Haul. They're all the same brand Ichigo company. Sakura Co is great for the cozier people in your life, maybe who love Japan, who love Japanese culture, but not necessarily anime. You're also going to get some sort of houseware dish in these every single month. So if you could get them like a month or a few months, that would be great. Tokyo Treat is more if you're looking for a variety of different snacks. These also are not anime related 99% of the time, but they're a really, really great gift option. So if you wanted to give the gift of a subscription box, you can use my code KaiCole5 for $5 off your very first box at Tokyo Treat or at Sakura Co. I will link my affiliate links down below for you guys, because I just really do think that these are super good gift options, regardless of if they sponsor me. This has been a dream collab since I started this channel. And with that, that is my ultimate gift guide for the anime lovers and nerds in your life. If you feel like I missed anything or had any more questions, definitely let me know in the comments down below. And also let me know what are your favorite types of gifts to get as a nerd yourself if you're watching this, maybe to add to your Christmas list. And with that, if you want more videos from me, you can check out this playlist right here. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys, happy holidays!